y equals the quantity of negative x squared minus 6. The first thing that we need to do is we need to find our vertex. Well, there's nothing added or subtracted to x, so it's going to be 0. And then we have negative 6, so our vertex is going to be 0, negative 6. We actually only have two transformations in this one. We've got a negative inside the parentheses, which means that we're going to reflect over the y-axis. And you're not going to be able to see that in your picture. And then we're also going to go down 6. So there's our two transformations. We might have more, so don't get confused with just the fact of having two blanks. But if we start on this, I had to pause the video for a second, but so we're going to graph 0, negative 6. And then if you remember the pattern here, without using the calculator, and I'm not taking the calculator out of your hand right now, but the pattern is that we would go one space to the right and one up, but we're going to reflect the graph over the y, so it would be here, and we would go 2 spaces to the right and 4 up, but we need to reflect over the y. 1, 2, 1, 2, and again, you're not going to be able to see the reflection over the y. But here's our picture. Number 5, finding the vertex. Well, change the sign, keep the sign. We actually have 3 transformations on this one, but if we think about it from the vertex perspective, no, we'll go in order. The negative in front of the function means that we're going to reflect over the x-axis. And then with regards to the vertex, we're going 2 right and 3 up. And that's where we're going to start. We're going to graph our vertex, 2 right, 1, 2, 3 up. And remember that you're going to flip this graph over. So that's how I think of it. You just take your hand and you flip it over. So we're going to be an upside down picture, and if you remember the pattern of the graph, we went 1 space to the right, we would normally go 1 up, but we're going to go down. 2 spaces to the right, we would go normally 4 up, so we're going to go 4 downward, and then we can just repeat that pattern on the other side. And there's our picture. Number 6, very close, very similar to the last one. We have a negative in front of the function. That means that we're going to reflect over the x-axis. I don't know why I skipped over the vertex, but we're going to change the sign and we're going to keep the sign. So there's our vertex, which means that we need to move this 3 left and 5 down, and we can start with that in our picture here. 3 left, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to have an upside down picture again. So normally we would go 1 space to the right and 1 up, but we're going to go 1 space to the right and 1 down. We're going to go 2 spaces to the right, and normally we'd go 4 up, but we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 downward, and then we can copy the pattern on the other side. And there's our picture.